This is the brand new Rolls-Royce Spectre, and it's expensive. I mean, it starts at $420,000. But on top of that, it's got almost $160,000 worth of options. And I've got the Monroney right here on my phone. So I'm going to borrow a game from my friend Moto Man, which he calls the options game. So we're going to go through the options in this car. And I'm going to have you guess, maybe I'll have my videographer Cole guess, as to how much all these options cost. Now, before we do that, Cole, why don't you just give him a shot of the car from the side, because there's something incredibly sexy about a two-door car that's as long as a yacht, with doors that open like, well, let me show you. These are, of course, suicide doors. We'll get to them in a second, but of course they open like that. Now, if you've been watching TFL, you know I've done a couple of these option games before, because, well, I'm here with the Automotive Video Awards and I get to review all these really cool cars. In the Aston Martin, there was an umbrella that cost $500. Here, it's a no-cost option. Look at that. You're saving money by buying a Rolls-Royce versus an Aston Martin DBX 707. Actually, you're not. This still costs about twice as much. But let's get right into it, Cole. So this car comes with a launch package, the Spectre launch package, and that includes Lamb's wool floor mats, Cole. I'll show it to you. Look at them. I mean, they're pretty cool. I mean, put your feet down in that. Look how rich that is. Oh my God. I need a servant to clean it out. It's making a mess. Also includes the illuminated tread plate right there. That's a Spectre. Illuminated grille and bespoke interior module editing. I have no idea what that means, but that launch package, can you guess how much it costs, Cole? $7,000. He's saying $7,000. You are not even close. $22,400. And we're not even to the expensive options yet. So let's get to this chartreuse paint job, which is a $13,100 option, Cole. That is pretty crazy. But it's not just chartreuse, is it? It's a two-tone package, which Rolls-Royce calls the Aero two-tone. Any guesses as to how much you think that costs?
$28,000.
Yeah, he saw the Monroney, so he said $28,000. You are wrong, Cole. It's $28,550. And of course, we have special 23-inch 7-spoke polished wheels, which, you know, are minimum $10,670 and $10,675. So if you want, you know, the Rolls-Royce wheels and tire package, by the way, those are 23s. And of course, Rolls-Royce does this thing where the RR always stays facing up, even if you're driving. And that's pretty cool. That's just a $10,000 option. Now, the Spirit of Ecstasy, that's a no-cost option. That comes with this vehicle. So very generous on the part of Rolls-Royce. Shall we go inside and continue our tour of this spectacular car? Now, of course, this is Rolls-Royce that you drive as opposed to being driven in. It's a two-door. I don't think those back seats ever get used for anything but luggage. But to close the door, you can't be bothered reaching out there and getting the handle. All you do is put your foot on the brake, and voila, you're ensconced in lamb's wool luxury. Now this is an interesting color combination, and we'll get to that in a second, but it does have this optional clock. Cole, any ideas? It's called the Indulge Bespoke Clock. Any ideas how much that costs? $900. Cole says $900. You are wrong, my man. It's $4,725. This illuminated fascia, let me start it up so you can see it. Come on, start up. You gotta close your door. There it goes, Spectre. Come on, come to life. Is there a special way we have to turn that on, Cole? I mean, I've got the roof lights going. You had it going before, my man.
It's on.
Oh, is it?
Yeah.
How about if I put in gear? Oh, there it comes. It's very subtle, isn't it? Oh, it's just starting to illuminate. So it's hard to see in the daylight, but basically that shows you kind of a star constellation. Anyway, that illuminated fascia is a mere $5,425. But the starlight doors, Cole, now those aren't cheap. So what Rolls-Royce does is you can do this starlight roof, which is basically any constellation that you might like. So let's say you're like me and you're a Libra and you want the Libra on the roof. You can do that, and that's been happening for quite a while. And it just is magnificent at night. Right now you really can't see it, but if you want to do the starlight doors, which also light up, and once again they're hard to see in the daylight, kind of disappointing. I was hoping you could see them. Those, my man, are, I'm looking for the price here, $13,300. Let me put it back in park. You know what we could do? Here, let's do this. I think this is so spectacular that it's worth showing. So I will drive this car into the parking garage here so you can actually see this. Because let's face it, between the doors and that Spectre, you're paying almost $20,000. So you might as well see what that looks like. Now, some other expensive options. Color, seat piping, peony pink. That's an interesting choice. That's a mere $950. But if you want the color spelled with a U, stitching, peony pink, that's another $4,800. An extended piping, peony pink, that's another $2,350. And finally, if you want the two-tone steering wheel, which this has, that is $3,725. And veneer steering spokes, maybe this, maybe that. Veneer steering spokes are just $1,325. And the polished stainless steel package, that's $2,950. And finally, the Rolls-Royce bespoke audio. Cole, any guess on that?
$12,000.
You're very close, $11,425. Now, what makes this car interesting, besides the color choice, which is a bold choice, I may say, oh, I could really see that now, is the fact that obviously it's all electric. So it has about 102 kilowatt hour battery, which Rolls-Royce says is almost good for 300 miles of range. And let's face it, this is a heavy vehicle, 6,500 pounds. But if there's any car in the world that should be electric, it's this one. Because I believe that the people at Rolls-Royce will tell you that if you own this car, if you're going to drive farther than cross town, you're probably going to do it in a helicopter. Not that you drive a helicopter, but you know what I'm saying. So this is certainly a car that makes you feel, well, calm would be one word, chill would be another word, but it makes you feel very special indeed. I could see myself after a hard day of work getting in this and just hoping for traffic because it's such a wonderful place to be. All right, so now that we're pulling into the garage here, and hopefully I won't hit another car. Why is it that there's nobody in this garage until I pull in here in a $560,000 car that all of a sudden the traffic comes up and people are of course staring at this, but oh yeah, now you can see the Spectre. Look at that. There, that was well worth. And then show them the illuminated doors, starlight doors, and I think that pattern is probably bespoke. Everything about this car is bespoke. In other words, everything about it is unique and different, and customized to very personalized taste. I've been kind of thinking about this question all day long, and that is, if I had, I don't know, 100 million, Cole, would I get this car? And I'm sure this wouldn't be my first car. The answer has to be a resounding yes, because I've never been in a quieter car in my life. And even though it has, like I said, almost $160,000 worth of options, I think I would load this bad boy up, whether my taste was good or not, to as much as I could, because, well, you only live once. And if you're going to live once and you've got so much money, you can't take it with you. So treat yourself. My biggest worry would be that, I'd match chartreuse with peony. And I've never even heard of that color until now, by the way. So in the comments below, please let me know if I'm even pronouncing that correctly and where that color comes from. And, if it were me, I'd be like kind of a mix of a blueberry and blackberry. All right, guys. Well, thank you for watching. Remember, head on over to alltfl.com. This bad boy, all in, is $558,000. Well, $558,700. Yeah. I mean, that's a lot of money. That is a lot of money. But I suspect if I had the money for this, well worth it. All right. Thanks to the AVAs for letting me review this car, and thanks to you guys for watching, and thanks to Motoman for coming up with the options game. It was fun. I'm sorry if I stole it, Motoman, but sometimes good ideas are hard to not borrow. All right, and remember, head on over to alltfl.com. I shall see you next time. Cole, you want to point the camera forward? We've got the Spirit of Ecstasy out there, and I'm just going to drive this and shut up for a second so you guys can just experience the quiet that is the Rolls-Royce Spectre. Oh, might as well retract her. Wouldn't want any hooligans stealing her. Or you know what, I'll extend her. There she goes. I mean, the loudest thing in this vehicle, listen, is the turn signal. And it's not even all that loud. How crazy is that? The other half does know how to live.